It's very like non-intimidating. Like it's quiet now, but like after that, it's just like a run through. Do you know what day it is?
It's Tech Tuesday.
And you're watching Ask a Tech. I'm Alex.
And I'm Becky.
And we are coming to you live from our customer service lab at Plant 39 in South Bend, Indiana. For those of you that don't know the drill, Ask a Tech is our monthly Facebook segment where you get to ask our service technician any questions about our topic of the month. Becky, what are we talking about this month?
We're talking about slide choppers.
Good deal. And can you tell our viewers just a little bit about yourself? How long have you been with LCI?
I have been with LCI for 8 months now in the windows, doors, and awnings, and I'm a tech.
Okay, so you are a professional in windows, doors, and awnings, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, we have a list of questions that Becky has come across before. We're just going to jump right in. We also do have a couple of questions that our Facebook followers actually left on our video from last week that we're going to go ahead and answer. If you have any questions or concerns, just leave them. So, what amount of time should I expect for my Solera awning to extend and retract?
So our Solera awnings, they do not have a helper or assist springs in the roll tube. So it takes about 25 seconds approximately for it to extend out, and on retract, it's going to take around 40 seconds, and it can take up to around 50 seconds.
Okay, so still under a minute. You're not like ruining your entire day waiting on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Do you have to have like battery power, or if you don't have enough battery power, can that slow it down?
Yes, we do bolts going out to the motor, and if there's not enough power, it will definitely slow it down.
Okay. My awning arm is not closing all the way. What do I do?
Well, there's actually a lot of factors that go into this. This is probably the longest amount of things that we have to check out. If the gas thread is not functioning properly, or if it gets bent somehow, that can cause the arm to not close all the way.
Okay.
And you know the arm is closed. It can be.
No, you're good.
But for the awning arm, when you're looking at it from the side, when that outer arm closes against the mounting arm, we can have at least a 1/4 inch gap at the top, and then it's considered closed.
Okay.
So if that gap is larger than that, and you can see light more than a 1/4 inch at the top, then there is a concern with the arm. So it could be the gas strut. Yep. It could be the gas strut. It could be the motor could have a little bit of backlash in it. It could also be the fabric is maybe not squared up, because we need the fabric squared from the roll tube going back to the unit in the awning rail. Because if that's skewed a little bit, that can cause the arms to not close at the same time.
Okay. So a lot of factors can go into your awning.
There are definitely a lot of factors that go into that.
But it doesn't mean that it's just broke and you need to throw it away or anything crazy.
No, it's probably a simple fix.
Okay. I don't have any power available and I need to close my awning. Is there any way that I can get that done?
Yes, we do have a manual override. It is on the drive head assembly. There's a little rubber grommet up there. You can take that grommet out. You want to use, yep, that's the whole right up at the top. So you want to take that grommet out, and you want to use a 7/16 socket bit and an electric drill.
Okay.
And you put that socket bit right down in that hole, and that connects directly to the motor. And you can use, make sure that your drill is very charged.
Okay.
And use that, and you can, that'll help you to extend or to retract the awning to get it to where you need it to be.
Perfect. So it can still be done.
Yes.
We have a Facebook question from Thad Weed. And he's wondering, what are the effects of wind and rain on your awning, and what are the basics for preventing damage?
Wind and rain, so with the wind, it can actually swing your arms around a little bit, and if that does happen, that can make that pitch arm kind of hyperextend itself, and that will damage the pitch arm. So we suggest to close the awning, if it's a lot of wind going on, but if it's raining, we do have an auto dump feature. You can leave it open, but we actually suggest to close it just in case if there is a huge gust of wind that comes through, or a lot of rain can actually put too much pressure on top of the fabric. But that gas strut is there to compress to auto dump the water off.
Okay, so your awning is not actually meant to shield you from thunderstorms.
No, the awning is meant as a sunshade, so it's not a big umbrella.
It's not a protection source. How do I adjust the pitch? I know we talked about it a little bit.
Yes, to adjust that pitch arm, you just want to pull down on that pitch arm. And the way that pitch arm is constructed, it has an outer arm and an inner arm, and the flanges of those arms connect together with a bolt and washers in there. And that is actually torqued in our facility, so when that's sent out, it's torqued to a specific foot-pounds. And you can pull that down, and because of that torque and those washers, that will hold the pitch for you so that you can lock this on wherever you need to.
Okay, easy enough. If the awning is not holding the pitch, then what do I need to do?
You can try to tighten that bolt down just a quarter to a half turn and then pull it down again to see if that makes a difference. It gives it a little bit more resistance, but if it doesn't, you would just need to replace that arm.
Okay. Do they call you if they need to replace it? Do you just have Awnings, or where should they call if they need to actually replace that pitch?
If they are in warranty, they can call the customer support number and go through with the tech department for window doors and awnings, and we can start a warranty case for them. Otherwise, you can call parts and they will help you order the part.
Awesome. It looks like we actually have a Facebook Live question.
This question is from Jim Tanner. He wanted to know if his slide-out awnings, not the main awning, but his toppers need to be tightened. What are the steps to doing that?
Okay, so his slide topper needs tightened. How does he do that?
It sounds like if the topper, I'm assuming he's talking about the fabric, that needs to be tightened, because the fabric can billow, and if that, what happens is when those slide toppers are sent out, they have a certain amount of wines on them to keep it tight. So if the wind picks up on that fabric, or if they lose some wines on it, we suggest to actually go to a service center like Camping Connection. And you want to go to a certified service tech and have them release the tension on that and then put the tension back on it so it's tight again.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Tanner. Up next, we've got, how can I tell if the gas strut needs to be replaced?
The gas strut needs to be replaced. You'll know because the awning arm will just kind of drop. There'll be no resistance with it. And I kind of explain this to people over the phone, like if you go to open up the hatch of your car, you know, it's got some props in there as well. If you know those are bad, if you can't, if it's too easy to lift up your hatch, or if it just falls right back down on you.
Okay,
so it's a
you're going to notice it.
Yeah, if you push that arm in and it moves in and out pretty easily, it's time to replace that gas strut.
Okay. Why is the awning rolling up backwards? What would cause that to happen?
So we do not have a stop mechanism on the awning.
Okay.
So when you're holding the extend button and it's extending all the way out, if you don't take your finger off extend, when that balance falls, it'll keep moving and it starts to basically roll backwards.
Okay.
So what you want to do is just take your finger off of it and then hit retract and
Awesome. So actually just pay attention to
yeah, let that balance drop and take your finger off.
Okay, good deal. I received new lights and they are too long. Should I cut them?
Yes, you can. So we have different increments of like lengths for the lights.
Okay.
So sometimes you do have to cut them. You'll notice when you look at the face of the lights, we have rope lights and flat lights. So it'll look different depending on which light that you have, but there will be a vertical line on there, and especially with some of the newer flat lights that we have, there will be a vertical line and actually scissors on them. But a lot of them you don't see that. So if you see the vertical line, that's where you want to cut. And on the round lights, they actually have like bronze dots and then the vertical lines in between them. So it just depends, but once you cut those, you want to make sure you silicone the ends.
Okay, so there's a little bit of guidance.
Yes.
Awesome. It looks like we have another Facebook question.
Devin asked, is it okay to put a dimmer switch on the awning lights? And is it okay for the lights to be on when one of the awnings is not extended? One switch operates lights on both awnings.
Okay, so let's do the first part of that. What was it again?
A dimmer switch for the awning lights.
Do we recommend adding one of those?
We do not recommend putting a dimmer switch on the lights.
Okay. And what was that second part?
And is it okay for the lights to be on when one of the awnings is not extended? One switch only operates lights on both. It sounds like he wants to make sure it's okay if his lights are on when his fabric is rolled up against the lights.
I would not suggest that, just because the lights will get warm. You know, and I would make sure that is open so that heat doesn't, keep trapped in there. I would not suggest that. I would make sure that the awning is extended. On the second pellet cord and it's hanging down.
Okay.
So it just depends on the location of the lights.
If it's like direct contact, you probably wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, no, definitely. If it's direct contact with the fabric, I would not recommend it.
Okay, good question, Devin. Yeah. Next, we also do have another one from Thad Weed on Facebook. He wants to know what the best way is to clean the awnings and slide toppers.
So what we recommend is to clean them is to get some like Blue Dawn soap, dish soap.
Okay, like a soft soap.
Yes, a soft soap with warm water, and then use a soft cloth and dip it in the soap mixture and just wipe it down.
Okay.
And let it dry completely.
So that you don't get like mold and basically just roll it back up.
Yes.
Good deal. As far as maintaining your awning, what are just some easy practices to just keep your awning in the best condition that you can?
Definitely closing it if it's really windy.
Okay.
Or if it's raining.
Okay.
And then if you do have it open while it's raining and you retract it so that fabric can dry.
Okay.
And just maintaining it, keeping it clean.
Awesome. Easy enough. Kind of seems like common sense.
Yes.
Where do I place the brackets on the face of the slide out?
So I have a bracket here from a slide out. So these are basically this flange here, these corners. So this corner here and this corner here. The slide out face itself has the flanges that go around the outside. So it's like the outer trim.
Okay.
It's on the slide out box. But on the inside, the actual face of that. So like this would go in the upper right hand corner. You want this part here to be in the most upper right hand corner for the horizontal and the vertical flanges meet.
Okay.
That's where you want to place that bracket like that.
Gotcha. Let's see here. If you did have any questions on how to replace your bracket, can they find that in their instruction manuals?
We do have the installation guide, and that is on the website.
Okay.
Under customer support service on www.lci1.com.
Good deal. So we do have those manuals out there. They can definitely be for. Do we have any more Facebook questions before we turn it over? Okay, I think we're all out of live questions right now. If we missed your question or you still have one, definitely leave it below. We're going to have customer service reps on there, at least for the rest of the day, answering anything that you have. Becky, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and going through all of this. Thanks to everyone that's watching. For those people that do need to get a hold of you guys, what is the best way to go about doing that?
There's many ways you can. We do now have a chat feature for techs, so you can go on and chat live with a tech and with parts people. You can send in an email to customer service at lci1.com. You can also call us, so it's 574-537-8900, and there's prompts for checking part orders or just talking to a parts department, or there's also a prompt for tech. You can go through tech, windows, doors, and awnings, and you can talk to any of us in that department.
Good deal. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it sounds like a bee hub in here. We've got customer service reps here all the time just to answer your phone calls and go over these things with you. So like we said, leave your questions and comments below. If you have any future ideas that you'd love to see us address on Ask a Tech, make sure to leave that below as well. And we will see you on our next Tech Tuesday.
Yep.
Bye.